Welcome back to another episode of What Would the Gamer and You Do? This is episode 6, and let's go and get into this week's question. This week we have a Marvel Rivals question, which we haven't had before, and it is, if the creators and developers of Marvel Rivals asked you to create a duelist type character, what would you come up with? Remember, only focus duelists, those are your Punisher, Moon Knight, Iron Man, Iron Fist type characters. And of course some criteria to follow would be to, again, only focus duelists. Pick a character from the comics or Marvel to introduce into the game. Tell me the main attack ability the character has, so it's basic attack ability. Tell me the two moveset abilities, at least two moveset abilities that the character has. These are the movesets that you would have to click certain buttons to activate. And of course the ultimate ability the character has as well. So to kick things off, the character that I decided to go with is Ant-Man. I think it would be really interesting to add Pym technology into Marvel Rivals. His main attack would actually just be like a melee combination, similar to Spider-Man, where he just kind of throws punches and maybe even kicks here and there. And I think it would be cool to also introduce Ant Control in a certain way as well. So the first ability that I came up with is called the Bullet Punch. The Bullet Punch is where Ant-Man will select a target. He will then shrink and then dive towards the target to then attack the target with an uppercut, which will do a large amount of damage and send the opponent flying upward or even backwards, similar to Spider-Man's uppercut as well. The second ability that I came up with is the Ant Getaway. The Ant Getaway is where Ant-Man will shrink. He will then be picked up by a flying ant and be able to fly to any point of interest on the map that he chooses within the time frame, obviously. It's good for getting away from battle, to find heals, to get into battle faster, to dive healers. The Ant Getaway would be pretty neat to see part of his Ant Control. And finally, to focus on his ultimate ability for the sake of time, what I came up with his ultimate ability is Giant Man. So, when Ant-Man's ultimate is fully charged, he will then maximize his Pym particles and then activate it to increase to Giant Man, where he will then proceed to stomp on the ground. Anybody caught underneath the stomp will be eliminated or be given most of the damage, and when the stomp hits the ground, it will create a shockwave around the stomp that will send players flying backwards, as well as doing a small amount of damage to them as well. Now I want to know what you guys would do. So if Marvel Rivals asked you guys to create and introduce a duelist character to their game, what would you come up with? What would the gamer and you guys do? That's it for this week's episode. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.